Greetings and welcome to the World Numismatic News as we now take a look at Washington quarter varieties that you can look for from the 1940 quarter dollar series. And in this case, we head straight for the Denver Mint, as all of the noteworthy varieties for 1940 are located within this issue. And as the 1940 D quarter is the last issue in the series to receive a mintage of fewer than 3 million coins, you are talking about a fairly rare base coin to start out with. Here we are looking at a doubled obverse variety coin, where most of the doubling is focused on the letters of "In God We Trust," specifically on the letters of God We, and the UST of trust as well, all displaying their doubling towards the west or towards the left of the affected letters. In terms of market value, these coins are fairly rare and are seldomly seen on the market, but the auction record for the coin was set in 2018 when a PCGS graded MS66 example of the coin was sold for $2,880. From there, our attention then shifts towards the mint mark to locate a very interesting repunched mint mark variety coin that you can also locate on the 1940 D quarter. The only thing is that on this variety, the repunched mint mark is completely separated from the final placement of the D. Look towards the left or the west of the main D mint mark, and on this variety you should be able to detect the remnants of what was an initial D placement. The upper serif as well as the lower serif should remain fairly clear, while the lower rounding of the D typically remains fully intact on this coin as well. As an interesting aside, for this variety, it is typically also seen with a running die crack that runs across the eagle's right-facing wing, then splits up to the F of and across the letters of pluribus. In 2022, an example of this coin, graded by PCGS as MS66, was sold at auction for the sum of $2,081 by Great Collections. The next variety is a fairly new addition, relatively speaking at least, but it is again a clear repunched mint mark variety. In this case, it is a little more traditional compared to the previous example. Look towards the south of the D mint mark. If you have this variety coin, then the complete lower serif as well as the entire lower base of the initial D mint mark should be seen clearly and directly below the D mint mark. The obverse of this coin is also a minor double die, but the repunched mint mark is where the collector interest lies for this coin. An example of this variety was sold in 2024, graded by NGC as MS67 for the sum of $817. One more variety that I'd like to mention in the slot is a coin that, again, is fairly neglected. Most references, including the venerated Cherry Picker's Guide, fail to even mention it to begin with. This is a repunched mint mark coin from the San Francisco Mint. The 1940 S over S Washington quarter can be identified by examining the S mint mark, where the initial placement of an S can be seen towards the southeast of the main S mint mark. A tiny piece of the bottom serif should be peeking out from below the S, and the bottom rounding should effectively be doubled, for lack of a more appropriate description, towards the southeast as indicated here. Now, be careful not to confuse an actual repunched mint mark like the coin you see on the right side of your screen with something like the example seen towards the left, which is, in fact, strike doubling or machine doubling, which is not a variety and thus not really worth anything. Now, unfortunately, at this time, PCGS does not recognize this variety. However, NGC does as VP002, and Annex as usual shouldn't be a problem. Subscribe to WNN and feel free to watch another video about the 1939 Washington Court of Varieties right here, next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.